Hey everybody, it's Derek from North Awakens here, bringing you a special new series. This new series is going to be the three-star specialists of the North family here. So just kind of give you an overview of what this series is going to be about and all that goody good stuff. So for the first off, anybody in the North family will be able to be seen on this series if they request to do so, or if I bug them enough. Hopefully, then they will come. So kind of what's going to happen is we'll take a base that they have three-starred, or if they're feeling extra out there, they want to live attack, and they'll kind of just discuss why they picked the plan they're picking, what the base is that led them, or kind of what they looked for in the base. And we'll go over their plan, and then we'll watch the attack and kind of talk about what they could do better, or what they how they adjusted to things on the fly, and all those things like that. So once again, this is available to anyone in the North family. If you like it and you want to be on it, please let me know. Without further ado, let me introduce our inaugural guest on the three-star specialist series, Klipter Klopter, bringing us a PentaLoon attack. How are you doing today, Klipter?
I'm good, Derek. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm glad you could be here.
Me too.
So
Thank you.
we'll take a look at this base you went up against in one of our wars here, and you can talk us through kind of what you saw on the base that led you to believe you could do a successful PentaLoon on this, and your general just attack plan that you had going into this. So I'll turn the floor over to you.
All right, thank you. As first things first, just what type of attack a PentaLaLoon is. It's a low-level Town Hall 9 attack. It's if your heroes really can't get too far into the base. Um, I started doing PentaLaLoon when my queen was still level 3, just because she couldn't really get. I couldn't have my kill squad get too far, and that made doing hybrid strategies pretty tough. So doing a PentaLaLoon ended up being a pretty good alternative. And as far as this base goes, there's two things that you really want to take care of first with the PentaLaLoon. The first is the clan castle troops, just like any attack, and the second is the queen, just like any attack. As far as this base goes, I noticed with the clan castle that I could easily be lured by dropping a hog right here on that cannon right there. So I knew that I could take care of the clan castle pretty easily. Second, as far as the queen goes, I noticed that there's two air defenses that are right next to where the queen is going to hop out to. She might hop around somewhere around there. And so I thought that maybe she could be distracted by my lava hounds long enough so that my balloons can go in. If one of the lava hounds busts, then I could drop a rage around this area and this area, and that would put the raged pups would be plenty to take care of that level 9 queen. So that's what I saw going into this base. And lastly, I saw where the air defenses or the air sweepers were pointing. There's pointing in this area down here. So I knew that if I came in from the top side up here, then I should be okay. So after you deploy your hounds, you kind of want to make sure that after all the air defenses go down that you didn't lose too many loons on doing that. And Teslas are the #1 killer of balloons. So looking at the base, I thought, okay, well, there's probably a Tesla here, there's probably a Tesla here, and there's probably a Tesla here. And the third one, going into the attack, I didn't know where it was. I think it turned out to be down here somewhere. But I knew that there were going to be 3 Teslas in the core. So I brought 4 rages, and the way I dealt with that is that I dropped a rage spell on this air defense, and this air defense, like I said, to take care of the queen. I ended up bringing my last lava hound in on the far air defense this way, and I dropped my 3rd rage here, and then my 4th rage I saved for the Teslas, not for the last air defense, simply because I am bringing 5 lava hounds, so there should be, I kind of was hoping that there would be enough lava hounds left over to tank this air defense right here, while my balloons went in and destroyed the rest of the base. So that's what I saw for this base.
Okay, it's all right. I want to ask a few things just to kind of help some people if they're sitting there like, hey, I want to learn how to do this, and you mentioned the Tesla farm there in the middle. Let me switch a color here, like in here. So what kind of things are you doing to make sure you get those balloons into that core?
Right, so I kind of deployed my lava hounds and balloons in a straight line on the northwestern side of the base. So I dropped my first hound here, followed up with two loons, it might have been three, two or three loons on that archer tower. Then the next lava hound came in this way, followed by two loons. And the reason I'm dropping them like this is just so that the hounds are soaking up any air mines or air bombs, and I save my balloons because I only bought 16 balloons, which I guess it's more than a lot of LaLoon attacks, but at the same time you can't really lose too many because you won't have enough for cleanup. Then the third hound went right here, followed up with loons, and fourth hound went right here, followed up with some loons going this way. And as we can see, that just the way that there's no way that the balloons that I put in the middle. Let me switch to another color because it's getting kind of messy. But these four balloons, or however many I dropped, I forget the exact number, they have to go into the middle of the base. So because I kind of created the funnel here and here with cutting out those defenses, they had to go in the middle. And again, I saved a rage spell so that the Teslas have such a short range that they're not always attacking the lava hounds like you'd like. So I definitely wanted to save a rage spell for those Teslas right there.
And that was yeah, and that's one of these things. If you're looking to do this attack, you want to make sure you're getting the defensive buildings funneled as well, because you need to have those Teslas go down so quickly in these attacks. I've seen so many times. I knew you try and use any sort of balloons, not just strictly for a PentaLaLoon, but just any kind of loon-based raid. The Teslas, and now more commonly than ever with Tesla farms being kind of the current meta in base building, you're going to see your balloons get wrecked. So to make it quick paths into there, definitely is one of these things you're going to want to do.
Absolutely, and saving a rage for a Tesla farm or a group of Teslas is pretty important, and it's more important to get those Teslas down than that last air defense. That's why I didn't drop any spells. I just kind of let the attack just kind of unfold as it is.
Okay. There's one other thing that I think I would like to kind of glance on real quick. When you said you were going to you could send a hog into this cannon to get the CC lure, um, is it advantageous to take a hog there, or is it better? Would you suggest people should take like a loon since you're coming in with just air troops and it wouldn't target ground things, or do you just want to make sure that you get any ground things out that come out, or ground targeting troops that come out, just so your king and queen can take care of them?
Sure, and the reason I went with a loon, a hog instead of a loon, was simply because I didn't know if they had any air mines or air bombs, and I thought it would be safer to hey, I'm luring out with my hog, and I'm getting if there's a dragon in a balloon, then I'm for sure luring out the dragon, and the balloon is just I don't really need to lure that out. But I thought that it was a safer bet than, oh, there's an air mine right there. It hits my balloon down, and I have one less balloon for the raid, and I have to use another balloon. So things like that. That was my logic for using the hog. But if you feel like you can get away with a loon, I would suggest doing that.
Awesome. Okay, so we kind of have the plan now. We'll see what you're doing. We'll go ahead now and take a look at the actual attack. And Klipter, you can walk us through that attack and tell us kind of if things didn't go according to this plan, we'll kind of know, and kind of if you had to make any changes or what you were kind of doing on the fly and your thoughts and whatnot.
All right.
Okay, Klipter, here we go, looking at your attack.
Right, so as I said, here comes the hog. And yeah, this is, I knew that there was only 25 housing space in this attack or in the clan castle, so I knew that there was no chance that there could be a lava hound because this attack works even better with the lava hound. But it's pretty standard CC kill right here.
Yeah, we're seeing this a lot nowadays. Just drop a couple barbs. Seems like I'm saying that all the time in these videos. Drop a couple barbs, have a few wizards behind.
Mm-hmm. It's a good strat, and it takes a little bit of practice, but I'd recommend it. Yep, there goes the first lava hound. Okay, so I dropped 3, 2, and I know that those 3 balloons that I dropped, the first 3 are almost sacrificial. Like I don't expect them to live, but I put 3 just so that funnel would be created, and yeah, the queen's picking off that group.
Yeah, you could definitely see that funnel on the bottom side's created. The balloons split off there in the middle and get right into that core. Just an excellent
Yes,
job.
exactly. Pups just took down the queen. Rage goes down on the core. Could have been a better rage. It was one of those things where I got caught up in the heat of battle.
Yeah, that's why we take a look at attacks. You can always learn some extra things there, so no shame in
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, and that last balloon, that was a little bit early, but it still gets the archer tower down.
Get
And
a
yeah,
nice.
I still have a lava hound tanking. Well, not anymore. Well, sort of taking the air defense, but yeah, there's too many balloons left for that one Tesla to take care of.
Just it's always these are just really fun attacks, really pretty to watch when they're executed well, and you seem to try and build. I think you just sit there on your device there, just build a PentaLaLoon and say, I'm gonna find a way to do it on this base, and it's
Pretty
always really
much.
fun to watch your attacks.
Thank you, thank you. It's always fun to do them. So.
And there you go, getting the 3-star. Great job, Klipter, and thanks for coming on and doing this for us.
Well, thank you, Derek. Thanks for having me, and it's real honor being on your show. So thank you very much.